liner, 4, 3, set. Get in position and wait for my go.
Hello, I'm Jackie West. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of the PE Crime Blotter. Law enforcement here in the Inland Empire has discovered quite an unusual trend when raiding homes for drugs. They kept finding laundry detergent, specifically Tide. Joining me with more information is reporter Brian Rokos. Now, Brian, at first thought, people probably think, okay, well, are they using this for drugs? But that's not the case here.
Right. I mean, it's not like the cold medicine where you boil it down and you turn some ingredients into meth. People get the Tide, believe it or not, just to wash their clothes. What happens is that, well, Tide is the best-selling, most popular detergent in the United States. People are very loyal to the brand. It's been around since 1946. And people will go into markets and steal the Tide. They'll take the liquid and they'll take the single-use pods. They might sell them at swap meets. They might deliver them to fences who sell stolen goods. Some people just sell them out of their houses to neighbors, and of course there's no cost for them, and so they can sell it cheaply, or some people even trade it for drugs.
Well, it's definitely a hot commodity. The National Retail Federation said it was the second most stolen item behind baby formula.
Right, it's really something they've had trouble dealing with. They had a loss prevention conference in San Diego this month where it was a hot topic. They call it organized retail crime, and it's not just Tide that's being stolen. It's razor blades, like you said, baby formula, beauty products for women, which are very expensive. It's stuff that everyone would use every day. These things are not traceable. It's difficult to take any real steps to prevent them from being stolen. Some retailers, I've been told, will put devices like you might see on clothes on the Tide bottles, but I haven't seen that much in the Inland Empire. They do say that they're doing some tactics that they're not obviously disclosing to us. Organized retail crime, officials say, is a $30 billion loss around the country every year, and fortunately, law enforcement officers and agencies in the Inland Empire, they're getting even more on board with trying to stop this kind of crime. It's not just shoplifting. I mean, these are rings of thieves.
Well, it's definitely a very expensive item when it comes to laundry detergent. At a Stater Brothers here in Riverside, for a 150-ounce bottle, it was $17.97. So that's not cheap.
Right, and it's a few dollars more than the next most expensive one, and I mean, it's the best selling, even though it's also the most expensive. So that tells you that there's definitely a market for Tide, and unfortunately, some of the market is the black market.
All right, thanks for that information. Appreciate it, Brian. That does it for Wednesday's edition of the PE Crime Blotter. I'm Jackie West. We'll see you tomorrow.